Hello everyone, we have Kalene on the test server. She's a Graveborn hero. She's also an intelligence-based hero, part of the mage class, and her primary role is continuous damage. So looking forward to see that damage. Let's start with her skills, starting with her ultimate skill, Blood Ritual. This is a passive. At the start of battle, the enemy with the lowest defense is chosen to become a blood sacrifice. Once the current blood sacrifice dies, Kalene selects a new victim, giving priority to heroes. When actively used, Kalene manifests a blood altar under the sacrifice's feet, silencing all enemies that are within it, attack rating damage to all enemies within the altar. If the blood sacrifice is still alive, all enemies within the altar will receive additional damage equal to 6% of blood sacrifice's max health, but the damage value cannot exceed 300% of Kalene's attack rating. The level 2 ritual damage is increased to 450% of Kalene's attack rating, and level 3, if the blood sacrifice is still alive, they will receive additional damage equal to 10% of their max health. The damage value cannot exceed 600% of Kalene's attack rating. So yeah, she'll just choose a hero with the lowest defense to become the blood sacrifice, and she'll put the blood altar underneath their feet, and it'll just do damage to them. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds like a pretty unique ultimate skill. And we have Necrohound. When enemies are near to Kalene, she commands her Necrohound to attack, dealing 280% of her attack rating as damage to nearby enemies. That knocks them back and stuns them for 2 seconds. Level 2 damage is increased to 300%. Enemies are stunned for 3 seconds, and damage is increased to 320%. So yeah, that's just her Necrohound attacking enemies that get close to Kalene there, and also stuns them for 3 seconds, which that's pretty good. You need all the stuns you can get when you get into late game. The third skill I'm looking at is Ephemeral Spirits. This is also a passive. Each time a new blood sacrifice appears, the Necrohound forms an ephemeral spirit. The spirit possesses 120% of Kalene's attack rating and cannot be attacked. Each time the spirit deals damage, 30% of the dealt damage is converted into health for Kalene. If the spirit is attacking the blood sacrifice, 100% of the dealt damage is converted into health for Kalene. A maximum of 5 ephemeral spirits can exist on the battlefield. When actively used, Kalene commands the ephemeral spirits to charge towards the enemy currently farthest away from themselves, dealing damage equal to 300% of her attack rating to the target, terrifying them for 2 seconds. Level 2 ephemeral spirits possess 140% of Kalene's attack rating. Level 3 actively dealt damage is increased to 340%. And the level 4, which this is the first engraving skill, enemy is terrified for 4 seconds. So instead of 2 seconds of being terrified, they're terrified for 4 seconds, so double the terrifying duration there, which is very nice to see. And yeah, just this ability looks very good as well, summoning those spirits that are dealing even more damage to the enemies here. And the final skill, Eternal Lifeblood. This is another passive, so 3 passive abilities. At the start of battle, Kalene increases her own max health by 40%, maintaining the current percentage of health she already has, after which she loses 2% of her max health every second. When actively used, Kalene continuously casts spells using blood as a medium to torture her current blood sacrifice for 4 seconds, causing them to lose health equal to 125% of Kalene's attack rating every second, but will not result in her death. While torturing her victim, the damage Kalene receives is reduced by 60%, and if she successfully tortures her victim for 4 seconds, she recovers 50% of her max health. Kalene cannot use her ultimate while this skill is in use. The level 2, Kalene receives damage is reduced by 70% while torturing her victim. The level 3, the additional health Kalene receives at the start of battle is increased to 60%, and the second engraving skill here, allied heroes deal 50% more damage to the tortured enemy. So allowing Kalene to get some damage reduction in, 70%, that's a lot of damage reduction, which it's for, I believe it's for 4 seconds here. Also allowing the allied heroes with the plus 60 engraving to deal even more damage to the tortured enemy. That's very nice there. I can see that being very useful. That force skill being very useful. Okay, let's look at the signature item here. The skill is Blood Feast. Kalene recovers 2% health per second while torturing her victim. So I believe that goes with the last skill that we just saw. Gaining some health while torturing her victim. Kalene recovers 2.5% health per second while torturing her victim. The plus 20. Kalene is immune to control effects while torturing her blood sacrifice. So being immune to control effects. And the plus 30. While torturing the blood sacrifice, if they are a boss, they shall additionally lose health equal to 125% of Kalene's attack rating every second. If the blood sacrifice is not a boss, Kalene will immediately butcher them when their health falls below 10%. So that second part there, they'll be butchered, which I believe that means that they're going to just immediately die, so I can see it being very similar to Nara and Ezio, if that's the case. Yeah, that plus 30 signature item looks very good. And looking at the exclusive furniture, Blood of the Many with her 3/3. While Kalene's ultimate skill is in effect, enemies within the altar are dealt 240% of Kalene's attack rating as damage per second, so allowing that altar to do even more damage. And then the 9 of 9. When the current blood sacrifice's health falls below 50%, or they have survived more than 6 seconds, Kalene may choose another blood sacrifice so that there are up to 2 blood sacrifices on the battlefield. Yeah, that 9 of 9 sounds very useful. Having potentially two blood sacrifices on the battlefield sounds very powerful. And that's everything there. Let's look at the Arena of Trials here. Okay, we have the Arena of Trials here. I'm just gonna do the wooden dummy because I do not have the Arena Guardian here. I do not have the solo Arena Guardian that I'm used to seeing because the actual Arena Trials has started. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do the one dummy. Just look at her skills here and just see how she works. And I believe those are her spirits there, those little dogs there. And yeah, they just go around and attack the enemies here. And there could be up to 5 of these on the battlefield, so there's currently 3. And I want to see her ultimate skill here, which, there it goes. It goes right on him. That's a pretty big field for the altar. That's a pretty big, that's a pretty big ring there. Pretty big AoE effect for that ultimate skill. Yeah, just looking at those spirits there, they look really cool. Looking like the mini version of the actual hound. Yeah, we haven't seen the actual bloodhound here attack anyone because no one's really gone close to her yet. So yeah, we haven't seen that happen yet. Yeah, she's just destroying everyone here, just destroying the enemies here. Yeah, everything looks very good. Everything looks very cool. Yeah, I think she could do very well in maybe even like the late to end game of the campaign. I can maybe see her doing pretty well because of that damage reduction to her, so she can survive longer. Yeah, I feel like she could do pretty well. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. There'll be a button above my head that will allow you to do that, and there will also be a video over there that you can watch as well. And thanks for watching.